Wir gucken jetzt The AI Camera of Your Dreams and Nightmares. Eventuell werde ich auch sauer. Ein bisschen saui oder so. Okay, wir gucken.
This video is sponsored by Squarespace and existential crisis. This might be a little bit of a different video than usual, but let's talk. This video is going to be about two things. First of all, the updates from Kamera, which is a micro four thirds camera that you use in conjunction with your phone. And it's pretty cool, and it's got a lot of interesting and innovative features, one of which is a lot of AI stuff, which is what the rest of this video is about. It's about man-made horrors of our own creation. I'm not really sure how I feel about AI in photography. And I started out this video as just a normal review of this camera, and it sort of spiraled. So this is Kamera, and this is the second iteration of this style of camera by a company called Camera Intelligence. If you've never seen these before, it's quite an interesting way of working things. It connects to your phone. It's currently only iPhone on this new iteration. And when you take photo and video, it immediately sends to your phone. It has a micro four thirds sensor, and it has the same one that's in the GH5S, so pretty good in low light and pretty decent all round. This new version has autofocus. It's single point autofocus so far, with continuous on the way. It feels just overall.
Kurz iPhone-Besitzer, ist das nicht irgendwie so eine, so sind iPhone-Kameras nicht irgendwie so gut oder so? Warum brauche ich denn dann noch so einen Aufsatz?
Like a much.
Also klar, ich hab dann noch so ein Objektiv dran, was ich ja jetzt bei normalen Handy nicht habe. Eher schlecht? Okay, keine Ahnung.
More finished and usable and interesting camera compared to the original Alice camera. One thing that I think they've implemented really well is there are filters now for your JPEGs out of camera. It shoots RAW and JPEG, so you're not tied in. But what I love is when you choose one of the filters, you have this sort of thumb dial where you can dial in the setting to taste and to the scenario you're in to make it a little bit more usable. Because sometimes when you whack a filter on in camera, the white balance of the scene might not be right. It might be indoors and look weird. It might be a cloudy day and make it look too cool. So this really helps you, as you go on the fly, edit your photos in a really intuitive way. But let's get to it. The main new feature of Kamera is the AI features. It uses a service called Nano Banana, which is an AI sort of photo editing and generating service. And it's built into the camera. Make the camera yellow to match the taxi style. And this is just quite slow because my signal is bad. You need good phone signal. Damn, I love that camera. Oh my god, Lumix, make that. Make the lens cap and the taxi sign yellow to match the camera. That's literally my dream camera. It's ridiculously good. When I first started playing with this, I went in, as I usually do as a tech nerd, you know, new technology, this is cool. You know, I really want to keep up with everything that's going on. And then I came out of it going, oh my god. It is terrifyingly accurate. Put this camera in a photo booth sort of style photo, like a product shot with a completely white background. Well, I could sell that on eBay. Not that I ever would. The first time I used this, it was just on my shelf in here. I've got like a little teddy bear, and this is the AI and the original image. Can you tell which one is?
Ich habe gerade gedacht, holy shit. Ich habe mal in einer Firma gearbeitet und wisst ihr, wie lange diese scheiß Produktbilder gebraucht haben? Also ich war halt im Team Marketing und so, und dann habe ich halt mit unterschiedlichen zusammengearbeitet, und einer davon hat halt eigentlich nur den ganzen Tag Produktbilder gemacht. Holy shit, ey. Ja. AI wird einfach Jobs ablösen. Und was machen die Leute dann im Kapitalismus? Was machen die Leute dann?
It's real. It's my blooming hat.
Okay, warte. Was ist real und was nicht? Habt ihr schon gesehen, habt ihr das schon erkannt? Ich hab's ehrlich gesagt, also für mich sieht beides gleich aus. Rechts ist real. Ich würde eher sagen links tatsächlich. Aber auch nur wegen dem Ohr hier, weil das Ohr hier über dem Regal steht. Also einfach aus perspektivischer Logik macht das hier keinen Sinn. Weil das Pikachu müsste eigentlich, das Regal hier unten müsste so viel weiter vorne sitzen, aber das ist halt ja so fett, das Pikachu. Und das macht einfach aus Perspektive keinen Sinn hier. Denke ich. Aber das ist auch einfach nur, also sonst wüsste ich keine Ahnung.
Is the AI and the original image. Can you tell which one is real? It's my blooming house and I couldn't tell which one was real. I messaged my husband and he was just like, this is insane. And I'm like, yeah, we're at the point now where we can fine tune an image with AI without wrecking the rest of it. So like everything else stays.
Was war denn jetzt die Auflösung? Okay. Anscheinend ist das Original und dann hat sie das Pikachu. Okay. Gut, danke, sorry.
You can fine tune an image with AI without wrecking the rest of it. So like everything else stays exactly the same. It's just the thing that you want to manipulate that changes. And I have to pose this question to you, as I've posed this to myself many times over the past weeks. Is this photography anymore? How much AI in photography is too much? So to answer that.
Ja, also ganz von dem Kunstaspekt abgesehen, ne? Von Fotografie. Aber was für ein abgefuckter Horror das ermöglicht, ne? Dass du einfach, die können Sachen unterstellt werden und dann macht jemand ein Foto und shoppt dich da, AI dich da so rein und sagt dann, ja, aber ich habe hier einen Beweis. Ich meine mal, tatsächlich Videos und Bilder waren noch nie, ne? Manche Leute denken ja, das wäre Abbildung der Realität, aber das war es noch nie. Aber jetzt sind sie ja auch noch manipulierbar. Und Leute, die immer gerne auf Videos und Bilder reinfallen, fallen ja noch leichter dann auf sowas rein und denken dann so, ja, das ist real. Holy shit, was für ein Albtraum.
Question, for me personally, the amount of AI...
Ach so, stand unter den Subtitles. Okay. Danke dir, Veganer Jesus.
I'm happy to use in one of my own photographs in good conscience is like removing distractions. So like if there's a random pigeon in a street photography shot that I want to get rid of, I can get rid of it. And that's something that you could do using clone tools anyway. I just think that AI makes it a little bit faster. Recently I shot this wedding and on the way back to the venue, the couple got all cute in the car park and it was the most gorgeous shot with the most gorgeous lighting, but there were blooming cars everywhere in the background. So I used AI to remove those and make the shot usable. That's about the extent that I feel comfortable using AI within my photography. And this is obviously a spectrum. I think some people will be like, if it's not straight out of camera, it's not photography. And then there will be people that use Photoshop loads and replace skies and, you know, fix portraiture and things like that. And then there are people somewhere, makes me feel a bit sick in my mouth, that may grow up believing that typing a sentence into Nano Banana and it's spitting out an image at you is photography.
Das gibt's ja jetzt schon. Es gibt Leute, die sagen, wenn du ein Emote KI generierst, dass dann die Person, die den scheißen Prompt eingegeben hat, als Künstler What the fuck? Nein! Holy shit, nein! Oh mein Gott, ey. Also das gibt's ja jetzt schon, dass Leute so drauf sind, dass sie denken, sie wären dann der Künstler, weil sie haben den Prompt eingetippt. Oh mein Gott, ey.
And that's the progression that kind of scares me a bit. So really think on it now and let me know in the comments.
Aber das ist doch shit, oder? Sowas zu machen. Schau mal, unser Hochzeitsfoto. Wann Echtzeit-KI prompt AI-Emotes im Twitch-Set. Leute, die sich AI-Creator oder so nennen, schon wild. Ja, das ist eine eigene Form von Absurdität, ey. Ich habe einen Thumbnail erstellt. Ja, genau.
I think this is a discussion that the photography community as a whole needs to start having because things are changing very, very quickly. And I'd love to know your thoughts of it. Like, am I just being too cautious or is this actually something that's alarming to everyone else as well?
Yeah, this is fucking alarming.
Alarming in the sense that, like, in the world, politically, this sort of technology with photo and video AI now means that we're going into an era where you can't believe anything that you see. You could watch a video and it could be completely fabricated. Yeah. You could see a photo of something and not know if it's real or not. But for the context of this video, I don't want to go too into the depths of horrors that's happening in the world right now. In this context, I mean for photography. As a creative person like myself, you watching this, how do you feel about AI in your creative field? So going back to the camera, because
Ich hasse
AI
es.
stuff aside, there have been
Also als Tool ganz, ganz cool, um sich Sachen zusammenzufassen und so, aber holy shit, wenn mir jemand sagt, hey, du musst ja nicht, du musst keinen Text schreiben, ich kann einfach hier einen Prompt eingeben und dann kommt ein langer Text raus und der ist halt super, dann denke ich mir so, fick dich. Halt dein dreckiges Maul, der Text ist nicht super. Nur weil du keine Ahnung hast von Wörtern und Begrifflichkeiten und Satzstruktur und... Okay. Von Butlerian Jihad, ja, ist so, ey. Ich vermisse die Zeit noch, als AI-Horror hieß, Will Smith eating Spaghetti, ja, ist so. Andererseits habe ich vorhin erst ein Bewerbungsschreiben von JetGPT geschrieben. Ey, ja, im Privaten, ne, wenn ihr das macht, weil es leichter euch fällt als selber. Ich meine, ich kenn ja auch Menschen, die da Probleme haben mit Texten und so. Aber es ist ja, also, es ist einfach nur furchtbar. Also, zum Beispiel AI-generierte Romane oder so. Wer will so einen Scheiß?
leaps and bounds of improvements with this new camera. And one thing that I love about this design is you can use your phone from a good distance away as a monitor. So you could stick this on a tripod or on a surface, walk into scene, take selfies, take shots, take video for social media, because there is also a microphone and a cold shoe on the top. So you could use this as a really high quality social content creation machine that immediately wirelessly sends the video and the photos straight to your phone and then off into the world. Now, I'm quite sure that a lot of people out there are going to be like, well, couldn't you just use that with a phone? Why add in this extra device anyway? And I think it boils down to this age-old discussion, which I've talked about on my channel before, where if you value glass and lenses and sensor size and the characteristics that those two things bring to the table, you will get better and also different looking footage compared to just your phone. Whether or not this interests you or bothers you is a completely different discussion, but I do think there is a place in the market for these kinds of devices because not everyone is happy with the way that phones look. Some people prefer looking like a traditional camera, but having the communication with the phone is quite an interesting spin on it.
Can you put a duplicate camera next to this camera in the photo? I want the camera to be exactly the same as this one, but two of them. Oh my god. Put both of these cameras in a photo booth sort of style with a white background. Dude!
So back to the AI that's built into Kamera. One of the promotional videos that I saw for it was a shot in New York where they turned the foliage from green to like autumn, and it looked really blooming convincing. And then I just started down this sort of thought process of like, okay, so you go to New York and you get these fabricated photographs, but you've not lived that experience. You've not been to New York when the fall colours are out. Like I went to Japan 2 years on the bounce in May and missed cherry blossom season both blooming times. It was horrifically unlucky. So I could go back and AI in some cherry blossoms into my photographs. But what is the blooming point? If I don't have a memory and a story attached to these images, what's the value of them? They're not mine. I may as well Google what cherry blossom season looks like. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm taking this way too personally. I mean, like, if you think about that, like, the barrier to entry is now 0. If you want to create an
Ich würde auch sagen, dass sie es zu persönlich nimmt und zu individuell sieht. Also das Problem ist ja, das ist sehr viel größer, ne? Wenn man so Fotografie manipulieren kann. Moment, was ist das?
Hey ihr Mäuse, dieses Jahr wird bunt wie ein Regenbogen, aber nur wenn ihr mitmacht. Geht wählen und setzt ein Häkchen für Gerechtigkeit, Klima und soziale Wärme. Lasst uns zusammen Farbe bekennen. Die Link... Hey ihr Mäuse, dieses Jahr wird bunt wie ein Regenbogen, aber nur wenn...
Boah, Tilted, ey. Warum? Wir gucken hier gerade ein Video über AI und du hast nichts Besseres zu tun? Oh mein Gott. Ey, kannst du ja da PDL schicken, das verwenden die safe. Scheiße, ey. Oh mein Gott.
Instagram page about New York in the fall, you can just go to Nano Banana and create a load of images. Get ChatGPT to write all your captions. Why not create some downloadable travel guides while you're there? It's all just easily accessed slop, and it's not got the human connection anymore. Where does it end? One thing this has prompted me to think about and verbalize is, as creators, even smaller creators like myself, I think there will come a time.
Ich find's witzig, Veganer Jesus hatte das gerade noch gesagt, dass das der Horror war.
In the very near future, where we need to draw a line in the sand. And I need to make a pledge to you watching, fellow photography enthusiast, and say that in my photography on this channel, you will never see AI crap in it. You will just see my own crap. If it's a good or bad photo, at least I bloomin' made it. I'm a flawed human being, and that's what happened, and that's what you're gonna see. And I think going forward, we're gonna have creators that find out where they stand on that line. Are you over the line? Are you team AI? Or are you like old school, I just remove pigeons from street photographs because they're distracting? So from me to you, on this channel, there shall be no AI slop in my photographs. I want you to see them and the stories that I tell about them, and whether they're good or bad, they're real and they're authentic and they're mine. And I think that should be important, and that should stand for something. And if you're a creator too, you should also consider making this pledge at some point, because it's coming. It's coming. I mean, think about kids.
Na gut, diesmal klippt immer noch niemand anders. Tja, ich weiß auch nicht. Die wollen nicht klippen. Die wollen nicht.
Hey ihr Mäuse, dieses Jahr wird bunt wie ein Regenbogen, aber nur wenn ihr mitmacht. Geht wählen und setzt ein Häkchen für Gerechtigkeit, Klima und soziale Wärme. Lasst uns zusammen Farbe bekennen. Die Link. Hey ihr Mäuse, dieses Jahr wird bunt wie ein Regenbogen, aber nur wenn...
Boah, Tilted, ey. Warum? Wir gucken hier gerade ein Video über AI und ein Jumpscare. Ist so, ey. Oh, funny.
Now, like kids born this year, the year before, they're going to grow up with Sora. They're going to grow up with AI TikTok. And they're going to grow up not knowing or even caring that the people talking to them on social media are zeros and ones. They don't exist. So here is a horrifying test for you. I threw in some of my latest photos from Greece into Nano Banana, and I said this prompt, something along the lines of, make some similar photos in the same style that would look very similar.
Which photo is real? Ah, fuck! Ich wollte gerade sagen. Damn it. Ich hätte auch das getippt. Mann! Shit. Egal. Aber das liegt daran, dass die Wäsche hier sass aussieht irgendwie. Hier ist es irgendwie ein bisschen zu weich hier. Und da, keine Ahnung, ich fand das halt sah so realistisch aus, weil es hier so dreckig ist und so.
By side in a gallery. So, let's put AI to the test. Out of these images, which ones are the ones I took?
Wait. Das hier ist real. Oder, warte mal. Scheiße. Ich würde sagen, das rechts unten. Ich glaube, ich werde davon träumen.
And which ones are just completely made up bollocks? And be completely honest with yourself.
Ja, ich hatte es richtig. Oh, ich kann doch noch AI unterscheiden. Puh.
Now, I'm not saying the original images were like, you know, groundbreakingly good. They're fine, they're passable.
Instinktiv würde ich erstmal sagen, das unten, aber... Moment. Okay, das ist ein bisschen schwieriger. Nee, oben. Nee, das oben ist real, glaube ich.
But if you saw any of the AI ones on my Instagram, would you think twice
You fucking kidding me? Scheiße.
about it? Or would you just like it and go, yeah, that's an Emily Lowry photo. Well done.
Ach, verdammt. Ja, okay. Ich war zu schnell. Zu langsam. Okay, das war mies.
I mean, look at the homepage of Nano Banana. Hand on heart, how many of these could you peg as AI? Some of them are very obvious, but some of them are not obvious in the slightest. And also we're getting that way with video now as well. And the final test, right? This is very interesting to me because this photo that I'm going to show you.
Was ich auch so creepy finde, ich weiß nicht, ob ihr euch da mal mit auseinandergesetzt habt mit KI und dem Problem, dass KI Minderheiten negiert. Also es werden halt sehr wenig Minderheiten dargestellt und meistens werden ja nur weiße, also selten mal andere Menschen irgendwie repräsentiert und dann sind es aber auch immer so eine künstliche Schönheit. Das ist halt komplett, also es gibt so Menschen mit Fehlern oder so. Ja, siehst du dann seltener.
Is one of my favorites from this trip. I was trying to take a photograph of a...
Wait, da ist eine Katze. Okay, warte mal, eine ist fake und eine ist real. Okay, ich würde sagen, die ist real und die fake, aber auch einfach, weil sie so ein komisches Licht hier reflektiert, was ich nicht zuordnen kann, wo das herkommt.
A church door and a cat in front of it, and I had my camera through like this closed iron fence, and as I stuck my camera through the fence, the door of the church opened, and then this comedic moment happened where this guy came out and was like, no, you can't come in, to like this tiny little cat. And it just reminded me of the...
Verdammt, ist es andersrum? Okay, vielleicht ist es auch Feldzeichnung. Rechts ist fake, okay. Vielleicht ist das auch Feldzeichnung, vielleicht habe ich auch falsch... ja. Ich warte noch darauf, dass jemand ein YouTube-Video macht, wo die Person AI kritisiert, halbe Stunde lang, gut strukturiert und alles und am Ende steht einfach nur, dieses komplette Video ist AI generiert, ja. Um die Katze herum verzieht sich die Treppe. Ah, ja, das ist ein gutes Giveaway, ja.
Serendipity and the happenstance of photography and how that moment nobody else saw but him and the cat and me. And if I wasn't there to capture it, it's come and gone, and that's life. You know, a million fleeting moments happen every day all around the world, and sometimes we're lucky enough to capture the fun ones and sometimes they're gone. And then at that point, could I have just made that story up? Could I have just put show a man in Greece telling a cat off at a church into this software and it give me something? But like, is the final outcome, is the photograph the thing that matters? Or is the fact that it happened and I have a story about it and it was a cute little moment what matters? What does photography mean? It may very much mean nothing unless you're a photography nerd like me and hopefully you. But I think throwing out all of these beautiful, polished, completely fake images through these AI softwares just diminishes it all somehow. And at this point, I would like to apologise to Kyra. I promise I am very impressed with your camera, and this is not any reflection on you or the product. It was just the product.
Aber finde ich base, dass mal so ein Werbevideo machen und dann die ganze Zeit überall AI kritisieren.
That prompted me to think about all of these things. And to be very, very clear, I'm not getting at camera intelligence as a brand whatsoever. There had to be a camera company that did this first. And it just happened to be Camera Intelligence with Kyra that did this first. I'm under no illusions. Within the next months and years, all of these AI features are probably going to be in big brand cameras. It's just the way that it's going. I spoke to the CEO the other day on a nice video chat. We had a really good sort of back and forth about the whole thing. And his ethos on it was the technology is already out there and all they are doing is harnessing it and offering it to the customers. He also said that there's a lot of guardrails in place within the Kyra app to stop any not good prompts from happening. It's all like very safeguarded, which I also think is very important because AI is growing at a pace beyond ethics and a pace beyond how humans can adapt to it. It's very important that the camera company responsible for harnessing this sort of technology takes that seriously, and they do. So if you are interested in Kyra as a camera, you can think about it in two halves. One, just as a really interesting camera nerd camera, because you can use manual focus lenses on it, you can use micro four thirds lenses on it, and you can also think about it as it has AI features. The AI features within the app are like buried in the gallery, so it's not like thrust upon you the minute you turn the camera on. It's a completely optional endeavor. Some people using the camera will look at those features and go, yes, this is so cool, I'm here for this. And some people like myself will just see it as a really interesting Micro Four Thirds camera. And comparing Kyra to the previous version, Alice, there are a lot of little hardware tweaks which I really appreciate as well.
Warum haben die alle so Frauennamen? Oh, Viva con Vegan. Ja, sorry, wir haben schon angefangen ohne dich. Sorry.
Lens release button is a lot stronger and more robust. The MagSafe is a brilliant addition on the back. It's a little bit smaller and lighter. I love the new silver colour, and I really like that the grip is a little bit more comfortable, and they've got a thumb grip as well. It was quite awkward to hold the original one. I found myself like pushing the phone out of the way to make space for my thumb. So they've really listened to the feedback, and the new design, there's a lot of subtle improvements, but there are definitely improvements to be had. So, if you are interested in Kyra as a camera, the team behind it, Camera Intelligence, will be monitoring these comments. So if you have any questions for them, as well as our own existential AI impending doom, they will be able to answer any questions you have about the camera. So throw them in the comments as well, and someone from their team will be able to answer you, probably better than I will. So going back to the man-made horrors of our own creation, I'm sorry, it's on my mind, and yeah, I think it's important for photographers to have this conversation as well as human beings. Do you know that saying where it's like good artists copy and great artists steal? I think it was meant along the lines of steal something that you are inspired by, but then go out with your own perception of it and make it your own.
Ja, genau. Also damit ist das gemeint, also du sollst Good Artist Copy, also dass du das einfach 1:1 kopiert Sachen, und Great Artist Stil halt nutzt, aber zu deinen eigenen machst, also quasi, ne, einnimmst.
I think AI took that whole thing very literally because
Grüß dich, Lili Schode.
AI is basically taking everyone's style, everyone's photography style for decades and decades and
Ja, das ist wirklich, AI ist so ein Müllhaufen, ey, das wird einfach, also eigentlich ist das datenschutzrechtlich komplett wahnsinnig, ne? Und überhaupt urheberrechtlich, ne? Ich meine nicht Datenschutz, sondern ich meine, Datenschutz ist auch noch ein Thema, aber urheberrechtlich ist es absolut krank.
decades. I was recently at the Leica factory in Frankfurt, and they're just celebrating their 100th year anniversary as a company. So 100 years of humans evolving photography, creating genres and creating community and deciding what's good and what's bad. And then AI just comes up and goes gobble, 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 and just spits out like mashups of all this stuff. It is stealing at the end of the day. AI is stealing. It's not something that can create something from nothing. It can only create in the context of what humans have already laboriously made over 100 years. Even down to lens choices and lighting, and everything you see in an AI image is stolen from someone's hard work. And I didn't realise how passionately I felt about this until I started trying to write this script. It sucks, man. I mean, I wanted to be in a world where AI did the boring jobs, you know, cleaned the streets and worked in the factories and did my accounts. That would be lovely. Why the hell have humans created AI that are stealing human creativity and stopping people from making money in creative fields? That is so dystopian. It's not a good thing. Let's have a good...
Ja, das Ding ist, das ist halt auch typisch Kapitalismus, ne? Und überhaupt, also der Raub von Kunst und das Einschränken von Kunst, von Freiheit, von Inspiration, von eigenständigen Denken ist halt auch komplett, geht komplett fein in ein in einer immer faschistisch werdenderen Welt. So, man. Das passt halt einfach gut rein, ne? Man kann halt ganz gut dadurch das eigenständige Denken einschränken. Und überhaupt, ich habe das schon mal versucht mit AI, und es gibt Sachen einfach, du kannst halt, manche Prompts zählen halt auch nicht. Dadurch können auch Menschen eingeschränkt werden, ne? In gewissen Formen. Es ist so crazy einfach nur. Kapital aus der vergangenen Arbeit schlagen, ja, die andere gerichtet haben. Und das ist ja nicht nur Arbeit, das ist ja wirklich, es ist ja kreative Prozesse, wo eigenständige Gedanken eingeflossen sind. Komplett die Schöpfung von Menschen wird damit komplett, ja, vor die Hunde getreten, ne? Damit andere Kapital rausschlagen können. Ein paar wenige, ne? Auch nur.
good old discussion about it in the comments.
Wie immer.
I hope you've seen enough of Kamera and camera intelligence to, if this product interests you, go and check it out. They did say that I could do anything I wanted creatively with this video, as it is not sponsored in any way by them, and I think I may have gone off-piste from their point of view a little bit. So if you are interested in that camera, make sure you check out some other videos online, because I do think it's very interesting indeed. Now I'm just going to quickly talk about the sponsor of this video, which is Squarespace. It kind of goes hand in hand with the conversation we've been having, like having a creative space online to call your own that's authentically you, I think is going to be more valuable than ever in the future. I think having like a blog or a mailing list where there's no algorithm between you and the reader, it's just if you want to watch or listen to what I have to say, go to this website. Sign up to this email address, and there's no third parties interfering with it. I think that's going to be very important in the future, and Squarespace is the place that I've done that for years and years and years. They make everything super easy for you, even if you don't have any design background. So Squarespace has been a really long-term supporter of this channel, and it's been really wonderful. So if you are looking to start your own website, go and create your masterpiece, and then you can use my code Micro4Nerds to get a discount off your first purchase or domain. Thank you to Squarespace as ever, and I shall see you in the comments.
Ja, sehr gruseliges Video, wirklich. Also, Tilted hatte recht, das ist wirklich auch komplett Hass. Also, ich finde es gut, dass sie da auch so einen kritischen Blick drauf geworfen hat, die Fotografin. Auch wenn das immer noch sehr individuell war, weil, wie gesagt, holy shit, überlegt mal, wenn man so halt Bilder manipulieren kann und Dinge einfach erfinden kann und einstellen kann, was das einfach auch bedeutet, auch einfach fürs Weltgeschehen und Politik. Also das ist einfach nur crazy.